What is going on, guys? Your boy Guns here, and today we're bringing you guys a video on my updated opinion on the mages, whether you guys should invest in them, whether you should not invest in them. This video is gonna answer that. However, with that being said, I still do think that there needs to be some updates done to the artifact, specifically in dot mode. But I'll show you guys the reports, right? I'll show you guys the reports. I'll talk about it, my own personal experience with them, fighting against Echo of all alliances at 5122, and then my Thunderlin at 5222. And then I got lucky enough that I got an artifact to level 1. And then we also have... Where's Maggie at? We also got our Seraphic Phaedric really low. But even then, it still does decent, right? So here's the Seraphic Phaedric. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and get into it, guys. So some of you guys may be wondering, so what actually was going on with Thunderlin? As a lot of you guys know, Thunderlin's Ford skill was not working properly when awakened. On top of that, they definitely, I feel like they in general tweaked the fourth skill, right? Because even players that didn't have Thunderlin awakened were getting better reports. So man, I wish we knew what it was exactly that they fixed. Even like a quick hot patch notes, like, hey guys, Thunderlin's fourth skill was fixed to what I think, based off the reports that we've been seeing, to proc more often. Even though it was saying 30%, I don't feel like it was doing that fully. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into I saved some of these. So shout out to a lot of these players that have been sharing these reports with me. Here is Kong Cyber El Quaco from Kong. Shout out to Cyber Aquaco from Kwong. 16.7 million merits, guys, and we're not even in final zone yet. So the guy knows what he's doing, right? The guy knows what he's doing. So here goes the first one that he sent me. So this right here alone, chat, is impressive, right? Because Lilia, Thea, Mage have been dominating in the war reports. One of the things that we've been kind of going back and forth with a few people, some people are like, oh, they're not meant to get merits, they're more of a support march, but like that is not true at all, because when you look at their kit, there's a lot of damage in there and sustainability. It's not just support like skills, you know. So for the people that were saying, oh, they were only meant to be like support, like that's definitely not the case, bro. You can tell by just looking at the kit, right? So you can just see here in the first example, 55k merit reports over 47, 41, 43. So now some of you guys might be saying like, oh, well, they're probably fighting T4 or T3, which, okay, I get what you guys are saying, which could definitely influence the reports. But the main thing to look at when we see these are comparisons, right? How are they doing in comparison to the other marches? We got Bertohar here. We got a Magze that some still say arguably is the best mage main in the game, because you don't really have to have a max to do that great. But anyways, boom. So another one right here. Look at that. Lilia Thea outdid them this time. Like I said, there's different things that can happen out in the field that can determine all of this stuff. But once again, just comparing it, this is actually the exact same setup that I was gonna be running, except I don't have Thunderlin primary, right? And I'll get to that. I'll show you guys some talents that people shared with me. I'm still more on the Thaleia side, but I have a scenario where I would use one or the other, right? So we got you can see there 65k merits for Thunderlin Thaleia, 81k for Lilia Thea, 55 Magze, 51 Bertohar, and then 27 for Waldir Valen. So he's like, hey yo. And then moving on, we got our boy Teddy over here. You can see here, right? Look at the investment. Let's see. Will it load? Okay, awesome. It loads. Let's look at the investment that he has. He has a 5551 5523, right? So I wouldn't say this is low invest, right? Because he's already 555, and he has a level 1 artifact, a pretty decent Seraphic Phaedric going on here. So shout out to Teddy from Laws. He's definitely headed in the right direction. But he got 43k merits there at that investment compared to 60 on a max Lily of Valen, right? Bert Tohar, as you guys know, I've been saying that, dude, this March they need to be damn near max for them to be like super good. However, even at level 1 and a 5222, like, yeah, it did all right, right? It did all right. Anyways, moving on to the next one, Cyber Verm. Okay, he shared some right here. Check this out. So 44, 33, 62, 42, right? So, and this is what a Thunderlin, and some of these reports that I'm gonna show you guys have different variations of other combinations that you guys can run, because I understand that not everyone has Thunderlin Thaleia ready to go, and you're probably looking at some of the most effective ways to have them out in the field. So Thunderlin Valen is probably one of the most predominant for her. I've seen other combinations too, but Thunderlin Valen, Thunderlin Lilia is also done really well. And then scrolling down again, 62, 97, 45, 61. This Thunderlin Valen, right? So it's doing pretty good. Even without Thunderlin Valen. But you can see that without he had a Thaleia here, it'd be up there. Probably past the Max A, in my opinion. So this is oh, sorry. Let me take this off. Well, I was clicking on it, right? So you guys were able to see it. That's someone it was like, you keep blocking all the reports. I did click on these, right? Yeah, I did. All right. Sorry, I apologize. And we'll get the camera back on. So he was saying Vestos plus not your build, right? So this is what he was running here. Vestos plus not my build, and then he put it with my build, so an increase of that many merits. So like, that's pretty crazy, right? I mean, I'll show you guys some of the builds that I was running there. Who else do we got? Oh, right here, Dark Admiral EIS R5, guys. EIS R5 right there. 83k merits, bro, against GG and RAC. And let me tell you, bro, GG and RAC are no joke. This is a max Thaleia Thunderlin, right? Max artifact, right? Pretty good pet. Looks like he probably had a mistake here with the follow-up, but even regardless, with that little thing there, it's been chaotic for EIS. So 83k merits is one of the highest ones that I've seen. That is insane, right? That is insane. This is the kind of numbers that you guys want to be seeing, right? These are the kind of numbers that you guys want to be seeing to, like, okay, bet time to actually pull the trigger on this, because a lot of you guys are like, hey Guns, I'm gonna be waiting on your videos for these new mages. I'm gonna be waiting on your videos so I can determine whether I'm gonna go ahead and invest more. So I'm really glad, shout out to the devs for them to be able to fix Thunderlin relatively quickly, I would say. But next time we would appreciate some hot patch notes or something like that. Would be really cool. But yeah, shout out to EIS, the EIS R5. This is the build that he was running, the EIS R5. So this is actually almost the exact build that I recommend to you guys. So the only thing that I would do different here, depending on the scenario, is if we're doing a lot of marching, right? So and I'll make sure I leave this on the screen for you guys, because this is damn near the exact same build that I'm running. So if I'm doing a lot of marching, I'll go with the march speed instead here, right? If we're already with the tips touching, because you guys know that's when the parties start, right? As soon as the flags are touching, you go ahead and switch over to the get more rage, right? Get more rage, and then my extra point wouldn't go into the extra healing. It would go into the orb over here, right? It would go into the extra orb, because that's gonna help give you a little bit more stacks and also trigger the support tree on this side. I can't remember if it was this one or this one that it helps trigger. I think it might be the rage one. Yeah, we'll take a look at it. But that's the build that he's running. 83.2k for sure, right? We got our guy Psyduck over here. He actually ran a Thunderlin Tohar, which is interesting, right? But it did pretty decent. So here is a screenshot. Here is a screenshot. You guys like seeing the proofs, right? So he's like, yeah, but it used to trigger before she was awakened. If you search Thunderclap in this general channel, you'll see a lot of other players experiencing the same problems once she's awakened. And here is CS themselves confirming the issue with Thunderlin's fourth skill not being able to be triggered has been fixed. There you guys go. There you guys go. They finally fixed it. Thunderlin's fourth skill. This should be doing some merits, and it's doing exactly that. Shout out to Psyduck from Pay to Win. Also, we got our guy, Grizzly. We got our guy, Grizzly, over here. Check out these merits. 90, 71, 91, 97, 76. Monster reports. Once again, the main thing to look out here is the comparison between the merits of Thaleia Thunderlin, and this is the highest report that I've seen. This one and Darks are some of the highest ones that I've seen, and which all use Thaleia primary. So anyways, 91k, right? So let me turn my camera off here so you guys can see a little bit. Hey, for your collection of Mage reports, shout out to LTS Grizzly from LTS. I said, can you share your Thaleia report, please, and if possible, your build. Right. So here is like the actual report. We're gonna go ahead and go into Legion buffs. He has a 5551 level 4 artifact 5345 Thunderlin, right? I think that fourth skill is very underrated to include even me, man. I think I definitely now that skill I feel like has been fixed overall in general to proc more. That's just a theory, by the way, but I think based off the reports, that skill has been fixed in general. But you can see here he's running the Sand Lizard, and I'll get into that. So, and then I'm like, what talent build do you run? And he said, yours, LOL. And then I hit him with the smiley face because this is the build that I predicted from the beginning, which I didn't expect. I expected it to be good, just, you know, because we tested it 1v1, saw its efficiency hitting Gorsh Skogul, right? So I'm like, this thing for sure is going to do good. I'm like, I told him if he can share his Sand Lizards, right? Look at this Sand Lizard. If you notice, he's running it with the Sand Lizard, and this is super low invest right here, chat. Super low invest to the point where, like, I think I'm tempted. I'm a little tempted on building one. I'm building some Sand Lizards. And I'll get into that real quick. So he uses 4 Sand Lizards. When you look at his merit reports, you're like, dang, these merit reports are pretty insane. Because I mean, people have been sharing builds to me from that KVK with LTS, SSG, BDO, and A. But I haven't seen other, you know, the Mage reports like this at least. So I'm like, what is he doing different than everyone else? He's running the 4 Sand Lizard setup. So essentially what this does, these Sand Lizards heal up to 4 of your nearby legions every 6 seconds while in battle for, like, what is that, like 125, 130, give or take. And they're all healing each other. So if you're running 4 of them, you're talking 400 to 500 healing factor amongst all of them within your little group. So that might be meta, dude. That might be some kind of meta. So we're still, like I said, we're still going, right? We're still going, and we're gonna show you guys even more reports. So look at this, right? Doing better than Lily of Valen. Oh, and this is the Thunderlin build. Thunderlin, Thaleia, and then Lily of Valen. And interesting enough, he's running the 3 setup that I recommended to you guys. You guys remember? I don't know. You guys may remember the first video. What's up, Papa? Welcome home. You guys might remember the first video that I did when I was testing it, and I was like, this three tree setup might be pretty good. And the reason for that is because he ended up going hero skill damage here, but if you ended up going with more rage, this, with the Thunderlin primary 3-tree setup, it was proccing her skills faster with the 3-tree setup, right? Which is interesting compared to the other builds. So what was the name of the guy? This is from MWS Warhammer. He sent me this. Oh, he was saying that this guy is from LTS. I think is the Pikachu guy. He said one thing to note: Thunderlin deals less DPS than Lilia, but is much tankier, so in the end you will do more damage, but need to change your playstyle to maximize. If your artifact is about to charge to max, switch targets to drop in a mob, so like meaning like a group of people. Also try to target people highly stacked as much as possible, and then he shared his talent tree, right? So that kind of goes into the ideology per se of the build. Right, so like whenever you're running Thunderlin and Thaleia, you want to be focusing groups. Really, even with Lilia Valen, Lilia Thea, especially Lilia Valen, you want to be focusing that in. So this is the build that I've been running, because just to add that extra march speed there. So 1 second, I'm gonna go ahead and switch something up here. You guys see my Elgato screen back there. But yeah, guys, I mean, they're looking really good, bro. They're looking really good. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I'm hoping that eventually they fix the glitch where the artifact is not working correctly when you're in dot mode, right? So when you're zoomed out, when you're just fighting like pixel to pixel, the new artifact is not working. So for now, guys, I know it's a little bit annoying, but you want to make sure that you want to make sure that you zoom in. So right before you're about to hit, you want to make sure you zoom in to make sure that your artifact's actually working, which is super annoying. Trust me when I say that. It is very annoying, but it's still, very much worth it. So you can see here I have my Thaleia level 60. I have the build so this one I always like messing around with my build. I added that extra 1% damage to infantry counter tactics there. You guys know I like to mess around with my builds a lot, and I end up giving you guys updates on what I'm running. But this is what I've been running. This is what I've been testing. Like I said, when you're not really having to deal with march speed stuff, you can get rid of this and go with more rage. But man, I'm telling you, a lot of people don't run Thunderlin or Thaleia because of her speed. So if that's the issue, you can go magic speed here, and there's other hybrids you can do, right? You could even just come here to the magic speed and then come up the rally tree and then come here for more overall health. So there is a speed synchronization that you can do with the Thaleia. So you'll get the 6% here, you'll get the 15, which puts her at 21%, which then leaves you you can come up here and then match this up to around the 26% area. As you guys see, I have my mage marches synced. Hold on, I gotta switch that. I gotta switch the Thunderlin. So whenever I'm doing like my plan going into Dragonfall, kind of giving you guys some extra food for thought. I'll just switch these around. Just kind of giving you guys some extra food for thought. Whenever I'm out in the field, if I'm doing like a lot of marching, I'm just gonna keep it in my speed sync. And this is gonna be, I'm gonna try to make this for sure my next video to show you guys my exact builds to have your marches speed synced like this. It's very important, especially whenever you're fighting like in and out of cities, because you guys know sometimes you'll be fighting in cities like this, and then and you're trying to like back up and maneuver, and then one of your marches goes this way and the other march goes this way, and then it turns into a nightmare, right? But if your marches are synced, then you can kind of go forward with that. So make sure you guys stick around for that video where I show you guys my exact builds of how to speed sync the mages. Okay. I wish they could have be a little bit faster, but Mage slows this group up. So anyways, guys, I hope that you guys really enjoyed the the video. Excuse me, I just slammed like a bunch of chicken and rice before I came up and recorded. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. You guys enjoyed the coverage, and shout out, and I truly appreciate every single one of the people that I mentioned in the video for sharing the reports, because without you guys this wouldn't be possible. As you guys know, I don't like just giving you guys advice based off my own experience. I also like to see what other people are doing, and especially when some of you guys test my builds and then you send me back reports with my builds. I don't claim to have the best builds, but like I said, they've been doing really good so far. And as time goes by, I'll let you guys know if there's any updates to any of the builds that I share with you guys. Which one did I think before we leave, I think that it was the Thunderlin one that I haven't really talked about, right? So this is the Thunderlin one that I'm running. This is the Thunderlin one that I'm running. So it's like I go into the magic tree and then speed. So this is the one, and you see that I did 4 and 5. It's a little bit faster than my other marches, but that's fine. I kind of want Thunderlin to hit first so she can start doing her thing and utilizing that artifact. I kind of want to make her even faster just for that reason, so that she's the first one that hits the targets. That way she's able to proc her artifact, trap them, and then the rest of the marches can also be pretty close by. But anyways, that's kind of like the build there, and then we'd go up in here into this area, right? The extra point will go into the normal attack, and then we can just kind of keep going upward this way. So that's kind of the builds that we have. We did try insult to injury. But ultimately we went down here with Cry of Havoc, right? It ended up doing better in my opinion. But yeah, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys drop a like on the video. It definitely helps us out. Also, if you don't want to miss on the coverage of the exact March speed sync builds that I have on the mages that I just showed on the screen, make sure you guys drop a sub. Turn on that bell notification, guys. Only like 15% of you guys have the bell notification on, so that way you guys get notified when I go live or drop a new video, guys. All right, guys, until next time, it's your boy Guns, and I'm out. Peace out.